Hi, my name is Elizabeth Williams, and this is my video for the library assignment. For this assignment, I have chosen to read uh, This One Summer by Julian Tomasky and Markio Tomasky. They are graphic novel authors, obviously. They are um, they have written this coming of age teenage angst novel that follows the story of Rosie and and her friend Wendy as they go on adventures to this lake house with Rosie and her parents, and they do all these things that are adventurous to see or to find out who they are, um, to have a fun summer and experience new things. This book uh, has smooth transitions, although in Act 1 things progressively get worse into Act 2, which is sort of the three-act structure, which is interesting because you don't normally see that in a graphic novel. Um, there, um, there is, there are transitions where Rosie gets herself into trouble with her friend Wendy, and she must navigate through that. Um, she uh, meets friends and tries to coerce them into going on these adventures. I'm trying not to give too much away because I would definitely recommend it to you guys, and I want you guys to read it if you want to. This book was published by First Second on May 6th in 2014. Um, Fun fact: the authors of this book are actually related; they're cousins. There was also some controversy with this book because of the subject that it surrounded, which is coming of age. People tend to get swirly on subjects like that because they have different opinions on how we should approach the subject, but that's neither here nor there. Um, I feel as though this book really, um, really translates into um, really translates into uh, being a pillar for people who are, or young adults who are trying to find their way. And obviously, this is not a book to teach you about, you know, how to deal with uh, or it could be a book on how to deal with peer pressure, but people have different approaches to that, so I won't go into much of that. This book is about 300 is 320 pages to be exact. The um, the first act starts on page 3, and um, it goes into uh, it goes into page 150, and then that 150 starts the second act, and then that ends the second act ends at 280, and then the third act follows through um, um, to 320. That's how the acts are laid out, but that might just be the the progression. The graphic novel is really a genuine graphic novel, um, but it's interesting because there's a three-act structure, which is something um, that I've never seen. It's a three-act structure that is so straightforward, which is interesting because I've never seen that in a graphic novel. Although I could be wrong. Um, the goal really of Rosie having her lake house adventure, as it's referred to in the book, um, is about um, getting to know who she is and finding new adventures and creating new memories. Um, the story is very fluid, and I think that is due to the way the three-act structure is laid out so clearly and poignantly in the book. There are high levels of conflict throughout most of the second act. When she meets um, a boy that she um, is interested in. I don't remember the boy's name, but um, she tries to um, she tries to figure out who he is and what he likes and things like that. Um, there are um, effective ways in this novel that use directional flow. Directional flow to me means that um, directional flow really means to me um, in terms of like character development and the way the story um, goes throughout the acts in this novel. Um, how deep the directional flow will go. For example, the character development. You know, Rosie and Wendy change throughout the whole entire story. Um, they don't stay the same, which is good progression because you don't want the characters to stay the same. You want there to be a lesson or a moral or something that the audience can grasp onto. So I do think it has good directional flow. I think that um, Rosie that um, realizing that maybe this summer wasn't um, to change who she is and find different ways to not be herself wasn't the way to go, but that's neither here nor there. McLeod's ideas, um, according to transition, as it relates to the work or to the book that I've chosen to read, um, there's definitely some of what he referred to in here as effective, uh, what is it called? Effective transitions. Um, but it's not um, overly shown due to the fact that due to the way that these authors have laid out the structure of their novel. But this novel is definitely entertaining and it will definitely um, keep an audience on the edge of their seats. So that's pretty much it. Um, yeah. Good night, guys. Bye.